Hello, kindergarten scientists, and welcome to Lesson 4 with Mrs. Miller. In our last lesson, we learned about many of the tools that scientists use, what scientists do, and the different types of scientists that there are. Well, in today's lesson, we'll learn even more about the different types of scientists that there are in the world. And we'll also learn about something very important that scientists do, and that's that scientists conduct experiments. We're going to get to do our very own experiment in today's science lesson. But first, what is a scientist? We've been exploring this question for a little while now. Let's learn some more and keep growing our knowledge. Scientists study the world around us. Some scientists study how things work and help them work better. This scientist is an engineer. Some scientists study the human body and help us stay healthy. This scientist is a doctor. Some scientists help design new buildings. This scientist is an architect. Some scientists study animals. This scientist is a zoologist. Some scientists study ocean animals. This scientist is a marine biologist. Some scientists study dinosaurs and fossils. This scientist is a paleontologist. Some scientists study rocks. This scientist is a geologist. Some scientists study weather. This scientist is a meteorologist. Some scientists study plants. This scientist is a botanist. Some scientists study space. This scientist is an astronomer. Some scientists study volcanoes. This scientist is a volcanologist. Some scientists study insects. This scientist is an entomologist. You can be a scientist too. Now let's look at the parts of our body and what we use to help us as scientists. Well, our eyes, can you point to your eyes? Don't touch them because we don't want to get any germs into our eyes, but point to them. Where are your eyes? Eyes are for making keen observations. That means really close observations, looking at things really closely. A curious mind, point to your mind, for wondering and making hypotheses. So scientists use their mind to ask questions and to make guesses. That's what a hypothesis is. That's a guess. Scientists also use their ears. Find your ears. Where are those ears? Scientists use their ears for listening to the ideas of fellow scientists. And scientists use their mouth. Point to your mouth, but don't touch it. Scientists use their mouth for sharing conclusions with others. That means that the scientists share what they have learned with other people. That's something important that scientists do. Scientists use tools like a magnifying glass, microscopes, and notebooks. Scientists use their hands. Let me see your hands. Hold them up. Scientists use their hands for writing questions and researching to find answers. And scientists use their feet. Point down to your feet. Where are your feet? Scientists use their feet for exploring and investigating the world around them. Now let's do an experiment. All right, let's see what materials we need for today's experiment. We have some milk. We have yellow food coloring, blue food coloring, and red food coloring. We have some dish soap, and we have a Q-tip dipped in the dish soap. Now, before we conduct this experiment, let's talk safety. So, we're using milk in this experiment. So, do you think after I'm done with my experiment, I should drink it? No? You don't think so? You're absolutely right. In science, it's not safe for us to eat or drink. Do you think a volcanologist plays around with the hot lava that they're looking at? No, right? That wouldn't be very safe. Do you think that the chemists taste the chemicals? No, why not? Yeah, you're right. That would not be a safe thing to do. So whenever scientists conduct an experiment, they always want to think about what is safe. Okay, so today we need to remember that scientists do not taste anything. So I'm not going to drink this milk after I'm done with it. So here in my petri dish, I have some milk. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to squeeze 2 drops of each color food coloring into the milk, one at a time. Okay, and then I'll tell you what we'll do next. So let's start with the food coloring. So 1, 2 of the yellow. Let me do the red. One, 2 of the red. And we'll do the blue as well. 1, 2. Okay. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to take some of this soap, some of this dish soap, and put it into the milk with the food coloring. Now let's make a prediction. Scientists make predictions. Say that word, prediction. Prediction, very good. So scientists predict or make a guess about what might happen. So would you please right now make your own prediction? What do you think might happen when we put the soap into the milk with the food coloring? Okay, go ahead and make your prediction. Tell somebody near you. You could tell a classmate if you're in school. If you're learning from home, you could tell somebody in your family, or you could tell your imaginary science partner. Okay, go ahead and make your prediction. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to share. Ready, set, turn and talk. Stop, look, and listen. All right, eyes up here. I wonder what your predictions were, and I wonder if they will be correct. Sometimes scientists' predictions are correct, and sometimes they are not. Either way, we're learning information. So either way, it's just fine. Predictions or making guesses is a way for us to think like scientists. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. Watch carefully. Observe with those eyes, scientists. Whoa! Did you see what happened? Oh my goodness. I'm going to just keep holding it here for a minute. Keep observing. Watch what's happening. Wow. Could you please tell somebody next to you what you observed happening when we put the dish soap into the milk? Go ahead and share with somebody next to you. Ready, set, turn, and talk. Stop, look, and listen. All right, thank you for sharing. Now, I'm going to carefully move this. And we're going to do something really important that scientists do. We're going to record our observations. Remember how we learned that scientists use their hands to write down what they have learned? Well, it's time for us to do that. So far, we've used our eyes to observe. We've used our mind to wonder and make predictions. Right? We've used our mouths to share what we're learning with others. And now we're ready to use our hands to share more about what we're learning with others. So, I'm just going to show you what this sheet looks like. If you're at home, you'll find this in your Google Classroom. And if you're at school, your teacher will give it to you. The sheet is called Milk Rainbows. You're going to start, like always, first thing we do is always the same. We pick up our pencil and write down our name. So you'll start by writing your name. Then I want you to draw a picture of what happened when we added the dish liquid to our milk with food coloring. Draw a picture to show that. So you're going to need either markers or crayons to draw your picture. And then, using words, you're going to describe what happened. So just what you had told your partner, you're going to write here. So let's see, if I was writing, what might I say? I might say, when we added dish soap to the milk with food coloring, the food coloring spread out to the sides to make a rainbow. I might say something like that. Okay. All right, kindergarten scientists, I hope you enjoyed our very first experiment today. I can't wait to see the observations that you write down. Excellent job, everybody, and keep living your life as a scientist. See you next time.